So this is the introduction to parallel lines. So to review, we know that parallel lines are two lines that never intersect. So we have A and B. And if you notice, in parallel, there's two L's that never intersect. So parallel lines, to refresh, are lines that never intersect. And parallel lines also have the same slope. So just like the two L's in parallel, when people use symbols to abbreviate parallel, they use just two bars next to each other because it signifies they never touch. So in this unit, we're going to learn what happens when you intersect two parallel lines with a transversal. So when we draw a line that crosses the two parallel lines, because A is parallel to B, line A is parallel to line B. So when they intersect, we'll call this line C. Line C is the transversal, so I'll write it down here. Line C is the transversal. So a transversal is just a line that crosses two parallel lines at least one point. So it crosses it here, and it crosses it here. So a transversal, once again, in more exact terms, is a line, a ray, or a segment. So it doesn't have to be a line. It can be a ray or a segment, and it intersects two or more. So if we had a third line in here that was parallel to both A and B, it could cut that as well. And it just at different points. So transversal is the line that cuts through the parallel lines. And lastly, when you have a parallel line, two parallel lines cut by a transversal, you're going to get different angles and pairs that are created. So I'm just going to list a few, and in later videos we're going to get into them. So there's alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles will be in this light green color. Alright, and they could be on either side, so they could be these as well. So they're just opposite sides of the transversal, and it's on the interior, which is the inside of the two lines. Then we also have alternate exterior angles. Those are on the outsides of the parallel line, so it could be here and here. And they're alternate, so they're on different sides of the transversal, and here and here. Another pair of lines that are constructed are corresponding okay, so that's just lines that or angles that are in the same position. So 1 and 2 would be corresponding angles, 3 and 4 would be corresponding angles, 5 and 6, and 7 and 8. Okay, but don't worry about it right now. We're going to go into it. And lastly, there are same side interior angles that are created. So same side interior. So that would be like 7 and 4 would be same side interior. They're on the same side and on the interior of both parallel lines. So when two parallel lines get cut by a transversal, we have the interior, which will be in the orange, because it's on the inside of the two parallel lines. And then the exterior, which is on the outside of the two parallel lines that were cut by the transversal.